Live from Loeb Stadium in Lafayette, Indiana, it's the Lafayette All-Stars and Team Netherlands. This is the Colt World Series 66th year edition presented by MTC Sports. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Walensky along with Mike Rosick, and this is the final game of this activity here on Friday from the Colt World Series between Lafayette and the Netherlands. And Mike Rosick, again, we've talked all day long about pitching and defense and how important it is to win a championship.
Definitely very important, especially in this caliber of competition. We've seen it all day long. From the last game, we saw two outstanding pitching performances, and just one team was able to get one run on the board to prevail. All day long, if your pitcher has been on, it has been the difference maker. Once you get the bats going, then you got to rely on the defense behind you.
And conditions have played a role here during the course of the day. However, the wind has died down to some degree. Earlier on today, there was 17 miles an hour. Now it's 11 miles an hour, but it's still 63 degrees. But the Dutch team, the Netherlands, they're used to some cold weather, as is the Lafayette team. The dimensions here at the ballpark, it's 407 to dead center, and the power alley is 355 in right, 368 in left center, and 320 down the lines. I suspect with the less wind now at 11 miles an hour, we might see balls flying all around here, unless, again, we have good pitching.
Exactly. Look for both teams to throw their aces, at least for the first couple innings. If one of the teams gets hot and starts getting some runs, then look for them to maybe go to the bullpen to save some of that pitching.
For the Netherlands, they won the Pony European Zone Championships in Prague's Czechoslovakia Republic in late April after defeating the Bordeaux Academy of France 11-1 in the championship game. The team also went undefeated in the six-day tournament, and their best pitcher, Scott Prinz, went 4 innings, giving up no runs. But today, they'll pitch Luuk ter Beek, number 14, he'll start, and Jackson Ross will start for Lafayette. Lafayette, the host team here at the Colt League World Series. And Lafayette is the tournament host and the 2016 Colt World Series third place team. They won its lone Colt World Series title in 1977. As you take a look at the Netherlands, suited up in the orange and Lafayette in the blue. And I suspect, again, early on, it'll be a pitching duel, Mike.
Definitely. You got to wonder how the Netherlands will handle. They had a 15-hour flight over to here, so will jet lag play a part in their early attack, or will they come out fresh? And then Lafayette, of course, they're the hometown boys here. They have played, and they have played on this field before, so see how both teams handle this.
Well, what's interesting, I talked about it early on in one of our broadcasts here, the fact that Jim Stokel, many years ago, was the head baseball coach at Davidson, served as an international scout for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and now serves as the international scouting director for the Cincinnati Reds. He was responsible for helping develop baseball in the Netherlands. He spent hours and days and weeks and time over the Netherlands over a course of time in the 1970s and the 1980s, developing and teaching people how to coach this game, how to move this needle in baseball, and it finally paid off because in the World Baseball Championships at the major league level, the Netherlands knocked off Cuba, which is a huge thing to do. They've got a lot of good baseball, not only in the Netherlands, but also in Curacao as well. So I suspect they're going to be tough competition for this Lafayette squad, who really has an interest in getting out here and winning this game tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Rosworski. Tony, the mayor of Lafayette, is going to say a few things, and he'll also have a chance to throw out the first ball here at the ballpark.
The world, it's great to have you here in Greater Lafayette. I want to thank the committee, all the volunteers, everybody that makes the Colt World Series possible. We certainly appreciate it. It's a wonderful community event, and we send, again, a warm welcome to all of our guests and hope you have a wonderful time here in Greater Lafayette, and good luck to all the teams. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good message by Mayor Tony Rosworski from Lafayette, and now he'll have a chance to throw out the first pitch, and hopefully he'll do Purdue University well with that Purdue golf shirt on here at beautiful Loeb Stadium, a ballpark that's been renovated a number of times. It initially was built for just $50,000. And here, Mayor Rosworski with his first pitch. Nice pitch, a strike right down the middle. Good job by Mayor Tony Rozworski, the mayor of the city of Lafayette, Mike.
Yeah, good job. Nice opening ceremonies here this evening as we got to see all the countries, all the teams represented here.
She said something about playing softball a few years ago, so let's give it up for Madison Parker.
And here's Madison Parker with the first pitch also as well.
Ceremonial first pitch is for Wabash National, our sponsor for tonight, for today's games. So Madison, show us what you have. All right.
Nice pitch by Miss Parker out of Washington National. You know, Mike, if you want a DVD from today's broadcast or any of the broadcasts during the course of the Colt League World Series, you can buy your DVDs at mtcsports.net. That's mtcsports.net to place your order for DVDs during this Colt League World Series broadcast. Well, tonight is the finale here for this evening on Friday, and then action begins again, kicks off tomorrow. But tonight it's Lafayette will be the visitor today with Team Netherlands. So we expect an interesting matchup. Jackson Ross will be pitching, number 6 for Lafayette, as the head coaches meet at home plate. And for the Netherlands, pitching will be Luuk ter Beek. Luuk ter Beek, number 14 in the orange for Netherlands. And oddly enough, in this tournament, with all this travel that Netherlands has made here to Lafayette, they will be the home team today.
Yeah, and it's shown to be kind of an advantage to be the home team so far in day one. And so maybe being the home team will be a good advantage for them.
Well, one thing about Lafayette being the visiting team is they've got a lot of fans here. And here's the lineup that we'll see just in a minute here with Lafayette. It'll be started by Kalani Washington, who will lead off for the visitors, followed by Grant McCoy, then Cole Bridge, T.J. Preston, Trey Cochran will bat 5th, Carson Barrett, Owen Walbaum, Jacob Kyle, Jacob Marin, Jackson Ross. And I will say this, if you take a look at the Lafayette batting lineup, that this young Owen Walbaum, number 34, I knew his father when his father was a little young man, David Walbaum. I'm sure that Dave and his family are very proud of Owen's accomplishments on the baseball field as we look at that Lafayette batting lineup. Defensively for the Netherlands, let's take a look at it. Will be behind Luuk ter Beek. You have Pietronella in left field, Tromp in center field, Lakel in right field, bugling the third baseman. Well, we've got a Boersma at second. You take a look at Collins, Anasagasti at the catcher, and the pitcher today is Luuk ter Beek. Ter Beek will be the pitcher for the Netherlands, the big righty. He's about 6'3", about 175 pounds. Big, lanky guy. As you take a look at him here, got a lot of size. And generally speaking, in the first 3 games, Mike Rosick, the outfield has played generally pretty shallow out there as the ball has not carried very well, with the exception of Game 3. However, in Game 3, it was just a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah, the ball seemed to start carrying a little better, but neither team was able to capitalize on some of the long balls that were hit. I wonder how it'll be this evening as you see the wind still gusting here and there, but it doesn't seem to be blowing near as hard as it was during the first 3 games today. Of course, now the sun's shining. Maybe it'll get a little bit warmer out there. Maybe these guys can not have to battle the chilliness as much now.
So Luuk ter Beek, Beek, B-E-E-K, will be the pitcher on the hill for the Netherlands to start it off. And Washington, Kalani Washington will lead off, the shortstop for Lafayette. And we talked about the home field advantage, but Lafayette fans have really come out tonight here at Loeb Stadium. They're starting to really fill this place up, and it'll be a loud crowd here for the visitors tonight.
Yeah, big difference from the first game today. Now the stands are starting to fill up, getting to be quite a few people in here. I'm actually really impressed with the turnout with the Netherlands. As we said before, it's a 15-hour flight over here, and even before this game, you start seeing a bunch of orange rolling in here. You see people with Netherlands shirts and hats, all that. So they've got a pretty good crowd for being one of the farthest teams away from here.
Well, there's so many outstanding players who have come through here. Tony La Russa and Lou Piniella from Tampa in 1960 who played in the Colt League World Series. Bobby Bonds in 62 out of Riverside. John Stearns, a former catcher for the Mets. 67, David Clyde, the pitcher, came right out of high school for the Texas Rangers out of Houston. Bill Gullickson, who pitched here in Lafayette at Loeb Stadium out of Joliet, pitched for the Montreal Expos and the Cubs. Tom Brunansky for the Twins from West Covina, California in 76. Jose Oquendo, fine infielder out of Puerto Rico in 78. And Sid Fernandez out of Honolulu, Hawaii. Sid Fernandez pitching for both the Dodgers and the Mets. Came out of the Colt World Series in 1978. Those are just some of the great Major League players who are performed out here in front of the audience at Colt World Series and vying for a championship as Kalani Washington steps into the batter's box, the shortstop, facing the big right-hander, Luuk ter Beek. Beek, B-E-K, and he'll face Kalani Washington. He'll be followed by Grant McCoy in the Lafayette lineup. In the first pitch, fastball sinks low and away, 1-0. And we are underway at Loeb Stadium in Lafayette, Indiana. A great place to watch baseball here at Columbian Park.
And it's been an exciting day one, and let's hope that this nightcap will be nothing short of that as we see a foul ball off to the right field side.
We've had 2 one-run games here. A thriller won by Korea, 9-8 in their victory over Greensboro, North Carolina. And then we saw Bay County, Michigan with a 1-zip win over Aruba. And then early on, a big win for California in a 9-3 victory over Louisiana. 1-2, Beek ahead of Washington, working that fastball there. We have seen an abundance of breaking balls today, sliders and curveballs.
Yes, we have, and we've seen some really good ones today, too.
Here's a fastball off the outside corner to Washington. And the count goes 2-2. Kalani Washington leading off for Lafayette here in the Colt League World Series. There's a bouncing ball out to shortstop, and it runs right through his legs, and there will be an error. Washington will take the turn and head back to first. He reaches base on an error by the shortstop, Mick Voss.
Take another look at this. Ball chopping, and just does not get his glove down quick enough.
Now, ironically, the sun is still out here in Lafayette, and the lights have piped up here at the stadium. I'm not sure if that time Voss got caught up in the sun or the lights, but it went right through his legs. Washington will be at first, being held on. Here's Grant McCoy, the left fielder wearing jersey 19 for Lafayette, as Beek is having a hard time seeing the ball there, as you saw, with the sun shining in his eyes.
Yeah, that sun's at a pretty bad level right now, so if that ball is thrown right into it, anybody looking into it is going to have a tough time seeing it.
Strike call. Darryl Collins, the first baseman, holding Washington on at first base. He'll take a short lead over there.
Dangerous attempt at that bunt there. That was above his hands, and he popped it straight up. Luckily, it got back to the fence before the catcher could get to it.
Leandro Ansagasti behind home plate today. Anastagasti for the Netherlands. Here's a throw by Beek over to first base, and Washington dives in head first.
Very lucky he didn't get picked off there as he kind of stumbled trying to dive back and was able to get back just before the tag.
Beek, high fastball, high and tight. 1-2, tried to waste one, try to get McCoy to fish after a bad pitch at 1-2 now. Outfield play straight away. This center fielder very shallow. Ground ball towards second. He'll have just one play at first base, and there's one out. So McCoy does his job. He advances Washington over to second. And that'll bring up Cole Bridge, the right fielder batting in the third slot.
Take a look at it there. He does a good job of hitting behind the runner. Runner was on the move on the pitch, so there was only one play, that at first base.
Cole Bridge bats from the right side. It'll be righty versus righty with one out, runner at second. Shortstop checking the runner back at second, Washington. He swings right through it, strike one. Mick Voss is your shortstop for the homestanding Netherlands group.
Take a good look there at Colt Bridge.
Nolan Bocaline over at third base today for the Netherlands. See a good look at the Lafayette squad cheering on Colt Bridge here early on in the ball game, and the Netherlands now is checking with the home plate umpire. Maybe they're checking regarding the batting order. I'm not quite sure what that's all about because we've got Colt Bridge batting in the third slot. Maybe they're looking at the bat. They're taking a look at the bat now, Mike.
Taking a look to see at the brand, there must be one brand of Marucci that is not allowed here.
Count even up at 1-1 to Colt Bridge. The outfield plays shallow. It'll be interesting to see if Washington on a hit tries to score. Here's a pitch. This one away, 2-1. And the outfield plays really shallow. Center fielder Shiandro Trump. Petronella in right field. And the left fielder is Bryson. Here's a bouncing ball up the middle. Voss trying to get it out of his glove, and he gets it just in front of the runner. There's two gone, but the runner, Kalani Washington, advances over to third.
Good job there of not giving up on it, even though he had a little trouble getting it out of his glove, was still able to get the throw over just in time to get the run.
Now T.J. Preston, the third baseman, runner at third, 2 outs. Good fastball right on the inside corner. 0-1. Luuk ter Beek on the hill for the Netherlands. He's looking good. Working out of the stretch. And a breaking ball, bounce foul off the top of the catcher's helmet. Anasa Gassati behind the plate. Anasagati, Leandro. There are so many names and so difficult to pronounce. Here's the stretch and the pitch by Beek. Got him swinging. Retires aside. Beek does his job. No runs. No hits. 1 error and 1 runner left. We played a half. We go to the bottom of the first. Netherlands upcoming. This is the Colt World Series on MTC Sports.
Wouldn't it be sweet to happily live a life that's filled with glee and sing about how joyful it can be? I'd like to hear that.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
Yeah, we're taking a look at that Netherlands dugout now. No scores. We go to the bottom of the first. Look at the Netherlands batting lineup. Tromp, Bryson, Boersma, Collins in the cleanup spot. Petronella, Bugling, Anaskasti, Quakernack, and Voss. Thomas Quakernack, number 27, will bat 8th, and Voss will bat 9th. And let's look at the defensive lineup for Lafayette real quickly. McCoy, Marin, and Bridge across left to center. Preston, Washington, Cochran, Barrett, and Walbaum will be the catcher. The pitcher is Jackson Ross, the righty, and he'll face Tromp to lead off The bottom half of the first, the center fielder. Here's the pitch to Trump. High fastball outside 1-0. The outfield plays him slightly around to the right. They're looking for him to pull this baseball as Jackson Ross looks in for the sign from Walbaum. Here's the windup and the pitch. Good fastball, just dips off the corner, 2-0. Both pitchers here throwing some heat.
Yeah, and it's going to be important to be able to change speeds, move the ball around. And there you see he finds the outside corner. That's what he's been shooting for. Kind of odd because they are playing him around to the right. You figure they would try to be pitching a little more inside, but they keep pitching away.
And a good pitch there indeed by Ross. 2 strikes, 2-2. Trump doesn't have much of a strike zone. Stands only about 5'7", kind of like a couple of the players from Aruba. They had a couple guys lower in their lineup that stood about 5'5". Very difficult to throw strikes. Not a big zone. This time he fouls it off, stays alive at 2-2. Lafayette infield playing back. Here's the pitch by Ross. Breaking ball, and he almost got him looking. 3-2.
Big pitch here. Both teams, Netherlands wanting to get their leadoff hitter on. And as you see, they do that. Missed just a little low and outside.
Now Bryson will step into the batter's box, the left fielder. Denzel Bryson, number 16, left fielder. Runner on at first. Carson Barrett holding him on.
Both teams in this game so far have got the leadoff batter on. Let's see if the Netherlands can do anything with their second batter.
Good pitch on the outside corner. T.J. Preston, the third baseman, coming up on the infield grass, expecting a bunt here from Denzel Bryson. Short lead by Trump over at first base as Barrett holds. Ross comes to the plate. There's a line drive, and it's a base hit up the middle. Runners will be at first and second, and the Netherlands threatening.
Very nice piece of hitting there by Denzel Bryson. Takes that one, drives it right back up the middle, just to the pitching hand of the pitcher, out of the reach of the shortstop, and advances everybody in and safe.
Here's Tyler Boersma, the second baseman. As the catcher, Owen Walbaum, is out to talk to Jackson Ross. Make sure they get their signals correct, especially with a runner on second base who can look right in there and check out everything and maybe relay some information back to the hitter. Little lead there by Trump. Ross stretches. The bunt is dropped down to third. The pitcher has one play. Ross will go to first, and he didn't get him. The bases are loaded.
Very nice bunt. Pushed that one just far enough up the third baseline. The pitcher had a long way to go, and then it made a long throw to first. Check this out right here. Nice bunt. Ross makes a good play stopping it, but just cannot get it there in time.
And you got to give Tyler Boersma a base hit. And now Darryl Collins steps in. Hitting in the cleanup spot tonight. Takes the first pitch. It's a strike. The Lafayette outfield is playing at medium depth. They're trying to take away a hit here. If the ball gets up in the air, Ross will wind up now. And he nearly hit. Yep, he did. He hit Collins, and that forces in the lead run. So Trump scores, and it's Netherlands 1, Lafayette nothing. Boersma will go to second. Bryson will go to third on that hit by pitch. Now here's Peter Nella coming in. Peter Nella, the hitter. He takes the first pitch. A nice one by Ross. That's a strike. They're in trouble. One run in, nobody out here in the first. The pitch by Ross. This one on the corner. And Ross working ahead of Petronella. And certainly what he'd like is a double play ball, home plate to first, if he can get it. Walbaum trying to frame that pitch back in, couldn't do it. 1-2.
Yeah, for Lafayette, I think what he'd really like is to strike Petronella out here, and then the next batter be able to get a routine double play up the middle.
Line drive, center fielder makes the catch. Here's a throw down to home. Cut off, the throw back to second, and they got him. They got him on the force.
And that's even better if you're Lafayette, because now you just got a double play that was kind of caught him off guard, it looked like.
Boersma there was caught sleeping. He did not tag up. He was off the base. The shortstop, Marin, comes up with a great throw to home. It was cut off.
Good heads-up play by the first baseman to cut that off and then fire it right back to second.
Here's Bocarlin coming up. He drives one down the third base line. That is foul. It's foul by about 4 feet. That was awfully close. Nolan Bocarlin, number 34, as you look at him, the third baseman. 2 outs, runners out of the corners. Ross trying to work out of a jam. He's already given up a run here. Outfield straight away. Breaking ball, runner goes, throw by Walbaum, not in time, runner comes home, he scores. Netherlands 2-0. Bryson scores a second run. Denzel Bryson sprinting from third.
Take a look here. I'm not sure if this was supposed to be a cut it off and throw. Nope, looked like he was actually thrown all the way through. Ball just wasn't going to get there in time. Good job by Netherlands sending the runner from third and getting in there to score the second run.
Bocarlin tries to pull this one. It goes foul. Picked up by the third baseman, TJ Preston. And a good thing for Netherlands to get on the board early to take this crowd out of the ball game. It's a huge crowd here supporting this Lafayette contingent. They're hoping that Ross can sit down Bocarlin here. Here's the pitch. He got a piece of it. 1-2.
My what now? They're pretty sexy knees, aren't they?
Here's a stretch by Ross, looking in for the sign from Walbaum, and a pitch. Again, over the top. This one is a fair ball. It bounces off the bag, and that'll be a base hit for Bocarlin, driving the ball down the third base line.
Yeah, tough play there for the third baseman as that ball was, take a look at this here, that thing chopping down. He gets in front of it, but he hits it in fair territory, and it was beyond the bag, so fair ball.
Collins goes to third. Bocarlin at first.
See if the Netherlands tries to steal second again here.
Leandro Anasagasti up. Here he goes, down to second. The throw off the shortstop's glove. The run will score. The runner will go to third.
Netherlands doing a very good job of forcing the issue right here. They're being aggressive on the base paths, see the throw there, wide to the second base side of the bag, too far.
Bocarlin goes to third. Collins scores. We've got a 3-0 ball game. Anasagasti at the plate. Here's a stretch by Ross. This is a strike.
The Netherlands has picked up on something because this is the most aggressive base running that we've seen of any of the games today.
Here's a wild pitch. It'll be 4-0. Bocarlin coming across the score. Netherlands really putting it on Lafayette here in the bottom of the first. Anna Sagasti, the catcher, looking at a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Breaking ball, gets away. Good job by Walbaum blocking, 2-2. Anything can happen here at the Colt League World Series. We look back at game number 2, Korea down 8-1 in that ball game. They came flying back to win it in the bottom of the 7th, 9-8. Here's the pitch. Hard shot grounder towards second. That'll retire the side, but Netherlands jumps up and scores 4 runs in this ball game to take a 4-0 lead after 1. This is Colt World Series action on MTC Sports.
And lastly, Uverse gives you a whole bunch of on-demand TV shows and movies. Let's get started.
Well, how many is a whole bunch? As many as Xfinity?
I swear you're gonna love it.
That didn't really answer my question.
Over 5,000 on demand.
Well, Xfinity On Demand gives us over 30,000.
We'll set it up for you.
Don't settle for Uverse. Get over 5 times more on-demand TV shows and movies on TV with Xfinity from Comcast.
Strike 3 call. Tijuana, Mexico has won the 2016 Colt World Series. Pepe's Mexican Restaurant is excited to announce new menu items to an already stacked lineup of authentic Mexican dishes. Everything from tossed greens with fruit to a Pepe-style chicken pizza. For you seafood lovers, try the shrimp tacos. For my personal favorite is the barbacoa taco dinner. Whether it's a new menu item or one of our signature selections, be sure to wash it down with a tasty beverage. Whatever your flavor, make Pepe's your stop for lunch or dinner. Located on Sagamore Parkway in the mall parking lot, Lafayette.
Thank you very much.
Loeb Stadium action here, part of the Colt League World Series, game number 4 here on Friday night. The Netherlands on top with 4 runs, 3 hits, and an error. Back in the bottom of the first to jump all over Jackson Ross and the Lafayette club, up 4-0. And Beek, the pitcher, will be facing Trey Cochran to lead off the second inning. Cochran, the second baseman for Lafayette. A 4-0 lead, and Mike, a lot of it was just pitching, not finding the plate, and of course, Netherlands really took advantage of it with some timely hitting.
They did. Couple of nice hits, and then, like I said before, they are being very aggressive on the base paths. So when they had runners at first and third, they were being aggressive going to second and drawing the throw. And this is one thing about this age group. If you do not have a catcher that's going to make the accurate throw to second, you're liable to give up some runs because this team is definitely going to try to take advantage of it.
Luuk ter Beek on the hill for the Netherlands. Let's see how he performs with a big lead now, 4-0, going into the top half of number 2. Trey Cochran will be followed by Carson Barrett and Owen Walbaum here in the Lafayette second. Cochran batting in the 5th slot for Lafayette, and the outfield plays fairly shallow. Center fielder Trump playing slightly around to the right. Here's a pitch by Beek. This one popped up. I think there's room. And just not enough. And wow, the first baseman take a fall. Darryl Collins there up against the fence. Let's hope he's all right.
Looks like they'll need to do a little repair to the fence down there.
Now, to Collins' credit, he gave hustle. Now, let's look at this one. This ball was hit down the right side, and we'll take a look at the back side of this. You see Collins right over the top of the fence, knocking it down. Again, to his credit, he worked hard, he hustled, and fortunately he gets up, and he's okay. Because that's a metal fence down there on that right field side.
Yeah, and let's hope that he is okay and that they can get the fence put back together so there's no delay in this game.
And as they work on the fence, Beek, as you look, continues to warm up. He does not want to stiffen up here in this ball game with Cochran, the leadoff hitter, at 0-1 and a 4-0 lead. And certainly in baseball, these kinds of things happen. The key here is for Beek, the pitcher, to stay warm. And whether it's a short toss or what he's doing right now, a little short toss with a first baseman Collins to stay active is really important because pitcher's arm can really tighten up pretty quickly out there. A lot of times there's breaks for players to get injured, but seldom do we see issues like this at a ballpark, but these things can happen.
Yeah, it's not very common for a player to go through a fence like that, but looks like they've got plenty of people down there to take care of it, and looks like they're about to get it put back together, and we should be going back to playing here really soon.
Some unique happenings out here at Loeb Stadium. An absolutely beautiful ballpark and a beautiful setting here in Lafayette. So many memories for so many people out here. The Colt World Series is Pony Baseball's second longest running event of its 8 World Series across the United States. It is entering its 64th year and its 48th year. 48 years in Lafayette. Stadium built at a cost of $50,000 from a donation from Bert and Joan Loeb. In memory of Bert's father, Solomon. Of course, the Loeb family owned Loeb's department store for many years in downtown Lafayette. This Loeb Stadium was the home of the original minor league Lafayette Red Sox, back then a Class D team in the early 1940s. And we're getting close to starting this. Getting back in as Trey Cochran steps back in the batter's box. Luuk ter Beek looks in for the sign and a pitch. Boy, a perfect fastball after a long delay. He gets a strike, and it's 0-2. This complex was originally called the Columbian Park Recreational Center, officially named as Loeb Stadium in 1971. Here's the pitch. This one slightly off the outside corner.
Good miss on that one, 0-2 count. Way to put it out there just to see if he could get the batter to fish, as he does there.
Good throw down. Strikeout recorded, 2-3. 1 out. Carson Barrett now the hitter.
Good job by Anasagasti just to take his time. He didn't rush himself. He didn't panic. Just went and picked up the ball, set his feet, and made a good throw down to first base. You see so many catchers in that situation, they get in a panic and they wind up throwing it in the right field or hitting the runner in the back with the ball.
This is Carson Barrett now. The first pitch by Beek inside 1-0. And Beek, like a couple of the other pitchers we've seen, is not afraid to work on the inside half of the plate. He'll come after you. Ground ball towards second base. Took a weird hop, and there's 2 outs.
Good job there by Boersma, just to stay down on that ball. It did take a funky hop at him, but see there, he doesn't break down too soon, just waits on it and makes the easy play at first.
You can see Boersma at second, Bocaline at third, both wearing sunglasses here. As the lights are still on in the ballpark, the sun's still out, causing an odd glare as the left-handed hitting, catching Owen Walbaum at the plate, taking a strike. 2 out at the top of the second. Outfield plays wall bomb awfully shallow. Slightly around to the right side for the left-handed hitter. Here's a good pitch right on the corner on the inside half. And Beek has worked brilliantly here in this ball game. He's been ahead of nearly every hitter he's faced. Here's the pitch. Struck him out, and that'll end the inning. In the second for Lafayette. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the second. Netherlands on the run here at Loeb Stadium.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Farmers Bank. I'm here to introduce the Farmers Bank mobile banking app for your smartphone. Find us at the App Store or the Play Store. To find our app, search for the Farmers Bank Mobile Banking Fiserv Solutions. Have your finances at your fingertips anytime, all the time. Sign up today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Pretty special, right? Where else can you get this?
No, pretty much anywhere.
What?
What? Oh, yeah, no, I meant Xfinity On Demand. You get it on all your devices, anytime, anywhere. But yeah, this you can only get here. Dude, where's your horse?
Who cares?
Awesome is having the most TV shows and movies anywhere with Xfinity On Demand.
The beauty of the Tippecanoe County skies here at Loeb Stadium. As the lights are on here at the ballpark, the sun is still out just slightly. Netherlands on top, 4-0. They'll come to bat here in the second.
Good look at the crowd there. As you see, the stands have filled up pretty well here, especially with the hometown Lafayette team playing. Even with the cool weather, people around this area love their baseball.
They certainly do. It's a great night to get out, even as you mentioned, even with the cold weather. With those beautiful Tippecanoe County skies here in Lafayette. As Thomas Qualkernock steps in, number 27, the designated hitter against Ross. Here's Jackson's first pitch, and he pops this one up behind home plate. 0-1. And here at Columbian Park, Loeb Stadium, you got to return your baseball, but you get a prize. Ross looks in for the sign from Wallbaum. Outfield play straight away. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging on the off speed. 0-2.
Good pitch there by Ross. Let's see if he has settled down a little bit and can find a groove. Get back in command here.
Yeah, Lafayette needs a little momentum builder here, and they got to get it from their pitching. Ross comes high, tried to waste one up top, 1-2. The wind moving from right to left at about 10 miles an hour. Here's the pitch by Ross. Got him swinging, looked like a slider, and he's got one down. Now Mick Voss, the shortstop, number 6, stepping in. Voss is first at bat against Jackson Ross. Outfield stays put straight away. Medium depth. Like another slider, breaks away, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. High and tight. Voss batting in the 8th spot for Michael Dersma's ball club out of the Netherlands. Fastball high and tight. Tomorrow's weather supposed to be near 80, about 13 degrees warmer in Lafayette. Here's the pitch by Ross. Sinks lone outside. And Voss has coerced a walk with one out. So now we go to the top of the order. Chandro Trump at the top. Walked and scored in the first. Chandra Trump, the little lefty. And now Ross is going to have to work from the stretch. The runner's going. The throw by Wallbaum. A little bit high, and the runner beats the throw.
Good job there by the shortstop, Washington, to get up for that ball to keep it from going into center field. That throw was a little high. See there, he's able to jump up. Had that throw been on line down at the bag, that probably would have been able to get him.
The pitch fouled down the left field side by Trump. Lafayette searching for some answers here against the Netherlands early on in the ball game, as the Netherlands jumped on top in the first with 4 runs, and now they're threatening with 1 out. Runner at second is Voss.
Yeah, and this Netherlands team, they would love to add a couple more runs to this.
Nice play over there by Preston, the third baseman, cutting off that slow roller. And there's 2 gone as Voss goes to third.
Good job there as he charges in, cuts that off, makes a nice strong throw to first, be able to get the second out.
Denzel Bryson now, he scored in the first, had a base hit.
Bryson was their tournament MVP for their Pony European Zone Championship. He went 9 for 12, batting .750 with 3 doubles, a triple, and 8 runs scored with 7 RBIs. As you see there, he flies out to end the inning.
Marin does a good job of squeezing it, and a good job by Ross getting Lafayette out of that jam. It's 4-0, the Netherlands on MTC Sports.
Jennifer Fuzzmike, Trooper Money Slang. Aw, scram.
I'm Chris Mike, Juppy Robon, Shall gonna lead up in Kisbet.
Peace Charity, get town down.
Toothpaste, dummy way.
Brona Brood.
What?
With the top 100 shows preloaded, Xfinity is perfect for people who want to join the conversation. Catch up on the shows everyone is talking about. Get started with the Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast for $99 a month for a whole year. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
Good look at the Lafayette dugout. The homestanding team, the visitors in this ball game, down 4-0, looking for some good things to happen. As we go to the top of the third, they're looking for Jacob Kyle to open up this inning, the designated hitter, number 13, facing Beek, the pitcher. Beek has just been awesome, throwing fastball after fastball and maybe a breaking ball here and there. But now Jacob Kyle, it's a new night. It's a new night for Lafayette to get back in this ball game, down 4-0.
Ross did a good job of that last inning getting out of trouble, and then now they need the offense to pick it up. But Luuk ter Beek has looked very dominant up on the mound so far.
No question, Luuk ter has been dominant. He's been confident. First pitch fastball fouled up against the fence as you take a look at Beek, working with Anastasagasti behind the plate. Here's a pitch. This one, strike called on the outside corner. 0-2.
You don't see that happen too often where the catcher misses the ball, but it's still called a strike.
0-2 for the designated hitter, Jacob Kyle. Here's the pitch. Off the outside half. I tell you, that outfield is playing awfully shallow. If Kyle can get one up the air and drive it, he's going to have extra bases, especially out there in left center. There is a huge gap.
Especially with the center fielder playing maybe 25 to 30 feet behind the infield dirt. So, yeah, there's a lot of room out there. Although they're kind of challenging the Lafayette hitters right now because they haven't been able to even get a hit so far.
Looked like a little slider, ball bouncing towards third. Good throw. We got one down.
Nice stretch by the first baseman there, able to keep his foot against the bag.
Nolan Bocaline with a strong arm from third base. Gunning down Kyle. Now we go to Jacob Marin from the left side, the center fielder. Squeezed one in the last inning to end the second for the Netherlands defensively. Here's a strike called. Luuk ter Beek again on top of his game with a first pitch strike. Marin batting in the A slot. Pardon me, batting ninth because Ross is being DH for in this ball game. Turns around to bunt. He pops up. There's trouble. And he gloves it. 2 outs. Bocaline came in from third base. Didn't have to do much. As Marin pops up that bunt, and there's 2 gone. Kalani Washington at the top of the order.
And Washington reached on an error his first at bat as he grounded one towards shortstop that got underneath the glove of the Netherlands shortstop, Mick Voss.
2 gone. Beeks pitched. High pop up. This one out of play. Anna Sagasti looked at it from the catching standpoint, pulled off his mask, ran out of real estate.
Good location on that pitch. A little low and outside, but definitely wasn't anything that if Washington goes after that he was going to be able to do anything with.
1-1 on the way from Beek. This one's bounced deep in the hole. Shortstop has plenty of time. And that takes care of that. In the third, Netherlands perfect defensively. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Lafayette. Team Netherlands on top here at the Colt World Series.
Hits the rim right as the light goes in. And
Hogan across the middle, finds the end zone, and 3 down.
Wow.
Denhart looking to throw this time. Going deep down the field, he's got music. Look at this one again.
Time will expire and the Gophers will win.
On the board, the North wins 10-7.
This is the dawn of an old day because AT&T and DirecTV are offering yesterday's technology today. TV from space. As long as it's not too rainy. Or windy. Or there isn't a branch in the way. Welcome to the moment no one's been waiting for.
The fastest internet and the best TV experience is already here with X1, only from Xfinity.
Back at Loeb Stadium, Netherlands 4, Lafayette nothing. Jackson Ross still on the hill. Ivy Tech Community College is a public, open-access, accredited college serving Tippecanoe County and the 7 contiguous counties. Ivy Tech offers associate degrees and technical certificates in health sciences, nursing, technology, applied science, business education, public services, and liberal arts. Many courses and degrees are transferable to Purdue University as well as other colleges and universities. Ivy Tech Community College. And Jackson Ross is going to face off Tyler Boersma, the second baseman. Reached base on a bunt single on a beautiful bunt. So he's got some pretty good speed for second baseman. Here's the pitch. Popped up, and this could be some trouble, but the first baseman, Carson Barrett, takes it.
Good job of communicating there. Barrett calling it out. That way Ross kind of veers off, and he gets control of the ball.
One gone. Darryl Collins. There it is.
Here you see 3 guys converging on it, and as a coach, you kind of take a deep breath, hoping that nobody runs into each other, that your guys do communicate.
Ross now throwing first ball strikes, getting ahead of the hitters, 0-1. Darryl Collins hit by a pitch his first time up. Left-handed hitter. Works the inside half. 1-1. Netherlands off to a great start. 4 runs in the first. Playing in the bottom of the third. We'll go 7.
That one bounces away.
Outfield, medium depth, slightly around to the right. For the most part, in the 4 games that we've seen here at the Colt World Series at Loeb Stadium today, it's been a pitcher's game.
It has been, and you know that we've said that throughout each game today, that it's going to rely on your pitching, good or bad. It's going to make the difference.
Pitch bounced foul down the first base side. Hey fans, if you want a DVD from any of these broadcasts, go to mtcsports.net to place your order. DVDs, go to mtcsports.net to place your order. You can see guys like Jackson Ross on the hill for Lafayette, facing Darryl Collins here. Full count, 3-2, outfield, medium depth. Infield playing back. Here's the pitch to Collins. Line into center field. This is going to fall fast, and that's a base hit. Darryl Collins singles to right center.
Good attempt there by the center fielder, Jacob Marin. As you see him giving chase to that, just was not able to get there. A lot of ground to cover out there, and he couldn't make it up.
Barrett will hold Collins over at first base. Petronella now stepping in. Right fielder line to center field. Marin his first time up. Runner back in time. Ross trying to keep him close. Lafayette looking for a double play here to end the inning. Trying to get him to hit into a ground ball double play. Petronella, the right fielder. Last time he ripped one into center field that Marin caught. This one is lifted towards right. There's room for the right fielder. Camps underneath, and Colbridge makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Collins trots back to first base. Nolan Bocaline stepping in. Bocaline singled and scored back in the first. Runner on at first. Collins taking a short lead. Got to keep him close. That pitch dipped under the knees, ball 1.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Collins is getting a real big lead over there. He calls time over at first base. Looks like he wants the coach to go through signs again.
And Mike, it looks like somebody is warming up in the Netherlands bullpen without a baseball. He's just going through the motions.
Yeah, they've had a player or two down there the last couple innings. It looks like getting loose. I don't know if they're just trying to stay loose or possibly going to plan on coming into the game. You've got to wonder if Netherlands puts up a few more runs, if they wouldn't pull Luuk ter Beek out of here and save him for the next game. But the way he's throwing, you hate to pull him out of a game because he's been obviously pretty dominant, putting up a bunch of zeros on Lafayette's side of the scoreboard.
1-0 to Bocaline, and he lines one deep into center field. Marin is there and makes the catch to retire the side. Got it up in the air, no runs, one hit, no errors, one runner left. Good job by Jackson Ross on the hill for Lafayette. And then the Netherlands on top, 4-0. Lafayette to bat in the fourth.
You have enough on your plate. Let McAllister Rentals' wide selection of equipment help. With an extensive equipment selection and experienced people, McAllister Rentals in the Cat Rental Store is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. You know we can help you with the big jobs, from moving dirt to getting you in the air. But did you also know that we can handle your smaller equipment needs with equipment like generators and water pumps? McAllister Rentals has made its mark with locations throughout Indiana and now Michigan. We pride ourselves on our reliable equipment, fast service, and knowledgeable people. Visit us online today or give us a call. McAllister Rentals, helping build Indiana since 1945.
Throws for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marriott. Way you go.
And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane? Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for Delisle.
All alone. Scott got it.
Great look by Coach to break down the defense.
Daily since 1969, Haley's Lock, Safe & Key has provided expertise and solutions when dealing with residential or commercial security needs. Whether you're looking for a safe, seeking access solutions, or in need of automotive keys, nobody can serve you better than Haley's.
One-on-one service and simply the best solutions we've been providing at Daily for more than 40 years.
Haley's Lock, Safe & Keys. Call, visit, or find us online. 2 locations, Crawfordsville and Lafayette.
Loeb Stadium action. There's number 24, Adam Dienhart, who is warming up in the Lafayette bullpen. His club is trailing in this ball game 4-0. We go to the top half of inning number 4, and Grant McCoy, the left fielder, will lead off for Lafayette. He's hitless in one, bounced out to second baseman, and Luuk ter Beek, the pitcher, has been on fire for the Netherlands. The big right-hander looking for the sign. Here's the pitch. This one popped foul down the left field side, out of play. 0-1. Beek consistently to the leadoff hitter has thrown a first pitch strike. We're nearly halfway through this ball game. Outfield play straight away. Breaking ball, delayed call, and it's a ball. Just above the shoulders, 1-1. Grant McCoy leading off the 4th inning. He's the second hitter in the Lafayette lineup. This one lifted in the air to left field. And a nice job of surveying that one is Denzel Bryson for 2 outs. Make that the first out. McCoy fly to Bryson.
Good job there by Bryson being able to track that ball and camp under it. Routine fly ball out the left field.
Now Cole Bridge, the right fielder, bounced out to the shortstop, his first time at bat. Mick Voss, the shortstop, playing very deep for Cole Bridge here. Beek's pitch. And again, he throws look like a slider, strike called. Lafayette has just not found an answer for this young man.
Yeah, I would love to take a look at his first pitch strike percentage right now, because I guarantee it's above 60%. He is throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, getting ahead of the batter early and staying on top.
Bounce foul down the third base side. And working quickly ahead of Cole Bridge will be followed by TJ Preston, the Lafayette third baseman. Bridge playing right field tonight. There's Beek. Strike three. Got him looking for 2 outs. Now TJ Preston.
That's his third strikeout of the game. Good job of framing that pitch right there.
Preston struck out swinging his first time up. Well, he worked it outside corner for the first time in about 5 batters. He missed the first pitch. Beek has been on the money for Netherlands here. Foul ball. The crowd out here at Loeb Stadium, Mike, has been silenced. It's not much to cheer for here. As Beek is riding along on the hill for the Netherlands. The outfield straight away. Infield back, 2 outs. Boy, he works that inside corner nicely.
Very nice pitch there as that one cut back over the inside corner. Yeah, the Lafayette fans aren't being very loud right at the moment, but you got to remember, just like the game earlier when Korea came storming back in the bottom of the 7th inning, anything can happen in these games.
There's no question about it as Preston stays alive. Bouncing one foul towards the dugout on the first base side. Beek's ready, setting up on the outside corner. This one fouled off down the left field side. Preston golfed it out of the way. Stays alive at 1-2. The flags out in the outfield are fairly still.
Yeah, this may be the calmest that it's been all day with the wind.
Wow, that one got away. Hit the backside of TJ Preston, and he'll be on first base. Getting a nice hand as he heads down to the first base bag. Right on the backside. And that's not a lot of fun, especially when it's so cool outside. I tell you, that's going to sting. But Trey Cochran stepping in. He got caught looking his first time up. Hitless in 1.
Yeah, this is Lafayette's second base runner of the game. First one reached on an error, and now one hit by a pitch. So still haven't had anything in the hit column, but now they've at least got somebody on base.
Bouncing ball towards shortstop. Boss throws to second to force the runner out, and that will be the end of the inning, and the threat is over for Lafayette. And the Netherlands and Luuk ter Beek are hot. Netherlands 4, Lafayette nothing. They come to bat in the bottom of the 4th on MTC Sports.
Would like to think of myself as being a specialist in farm insurance because that's what I use as a farmer, is insurance. Crop insurance. I know the importance of carrying high limits of liability. Price is important. It's got to be affordable. It's got to be a main part of my operation and operating costs because I can't afford to have a loss without coverage.
There's a good look at the center fielder, Marin, for Lafayette. They're down 4-0. And the host Lafayette Ball Club has made a pitching change. Adam Dienhart out of the bullpen. The right-hander is checked in the lineup for this squad, down 4-0. Try to keep Lafayette close to Netherlands, as Luuk ter Beek has just been sensational. If Dienhart could be anything near where Beek is, Lafayette still has a chance to compete in this ball game. There it is, right-hander Adam Dienhart. Leandro Anasagasti will be leading off, the catcher for the Netherlands. Solid umpiring today, Mike.
Has been. You've got to tip your hat to these guys that have been out here. Both crews that we've seen, they've done an excellent job.
Pitch, low and outside, ball one. Of course, every umpire has a different style, a different strike zone, but they've been consistent. All four of them have worked behind home plate today. They've been fantastic.
They have been very consistent, whether they've been the type to expand the zone a little bit or shrink it down. Whichever it's been, they've been consistent the whole game, and that's what you ask for. Especially as a pitcher and as a hitter, you just want to know where the strike zone is and that it's not going to move around on you.
There's a breaking ball in the outside corner, 1-2.
Nice pitch there by Dienhart.
Anasagasti trying to get on base. He's hitless in one. There's a fly ball into center field. Marin came in for a minute, then comes back and makes a catch. Good play by the center fielder.
Job back there by Marin. Realized he made first step in and then realized he needed to backtrack and get out there. He got back on the ball in plenty of time.
Here's Thomas Qualkernock. Breaking ball off the outside half, 1-0. This young man struck out swinging his first time up, as we take a look at him. Black and gold, black and yellow batting gloves. Lines one off the fence behind home plate.
Yeah, and you almost have to think that after his first at bat, Lafayette's going to be calling a lot of changeup or breaking stuff to throw it in, because he just didn't look comfortable swinging at the off-speed stuff from Ross.
There's one. That off-speed little delivery, and it's 1-2.
I'm guessing this kid is a tremendous fastball hitter, and you probably won't see.
And that will be a base hit. It'll be a single, and Barrett nearly caught up with it, the first base, and the big lefty came barreling down towards the right field line and couldn't catch up with it, as the right fielder just had a late start on at Cole Bridge. And that is a base hit for Qualkernock.
Nice little blooper, and just kind of in no man's land, too far for the first baseman, and just couldn't get out to the right fielder.
5 hits for the Netherlands. Now Mick Voss, the shortstop. 1 on and 1 out. Breaking ball, he missed off the plate. Dienhart has to work from the stretch. There's a good pitch. Got a strike on the outside corner.
Got to wonder if they're going to think about sending the runner. And yes, they were. Of course, Voss is swinging at the same time.
Little run and hit action for the Netherlands, trying to put the pressure on the Lafayette Ball Club, and it's 2-2.
Now he, on the first pitch that was delivered, he got a really good jump just to kind of judge, And now this time he's going again.
There's a nice throw by Walbaum.
And he's under the tag.
Oh, my. That was a close call.
That was, but I believe the umpire said his feet got in under the tag. The tag was up high.
So Qualkernock. Great release from Walbaum. Nice throw. There's the tag. And good call.
Yep. Feet in underneath. He tagged him up top.
3-2. Lined into right field. That is a base hit. And they've got to be careful here. Oh, my goodness. And the Netherlands are going to go on top 2-0. Just as I mentioned, you got to be careful. They threw it away.
Yes. Watch this here. Just a nice little bloop hit. And he takes his eyes off of it there. And it just goes through everybody there. That's one of those where you got to do whatever it takes to get in front of that ball and not let that run score.
Now we go to the top of the order in Trump.
And with only one out, you've got a runner on second now. This is danger time for Lafayette. You definitely don't want to get behind by much more.
Here's Dienhart's pitch, high and tight.
Chandro Trump here. He's been on base once. His first at bat when he walked.
Dienhart to the belt. There's a good one.
Nice pitch there. He needed that one. Now Trump needs to be ready for something that he can handle. If it's not what he wants, probably just needs to lay off of it.
Yeah, he's try to drive the ball the opposite way. Goes out of play down the left field side. Count goes full 2-2. Now let's see if Dienhart can work some magic for Lafayette. He just missed the outside half of the plate, and the count goes full. Voss taking a nice healthy lead at second base. This one's going to be out of play as well. See the open stance there from Trump, and he walked him. And then not such a bad thing. First base was open.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world right there. You've got one out. Now you've got a force. You can turn a double play here. Need to find a way to get out of this inning if you're Lafayette. Of course, if you're the Netherlands, then you're looking to add some more runs to your total here.
Yeah, Denzel Bryson looking to break this game open. And I tell you, the way Beek's been pitching, you get 2 more runs, you can pretty much close the door here. Here's the pitch. Good breaking ball on the outside half. It is 5-0 now.
Yeah, and this kid definitely has the ability to drive runs in and hit for extra bases.
There's a breaking ball, and he just missed. Nearly caught him looking. There's still one out. Tried an off-speed pitch, and the count is full. And the payoff coming. And he missed it.
Good job there of laying off that pitch by Bryson. Started out over the middle of the plate, then drifted away. Wanted to get him to chase, but he was very disciplined there and did not.
This one is lifted. Third baseman coming over, and he makes a catch. That was a tough play in the lights by T.J. Preston. But Bryson's out, and that's 2 outs. Now they've got to work on Tyler Boersma, the second baseman. 1 for 2. There's nowhere to turn because you got the third hitter in Boersma. Collins is the cleanup hitter. Two outs for Dienhart. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he hit him. And that will load the bases. Breaking ball just got away from him. Tromp will head down to second. And Voss is over at third. And Collins, the cleanup hitter, is up. And he's a lefty. Collins looking to really break this game open. Here's the stretch. This one outside.
And Dienhart looks a little rattled here. He needs to kind of take a deep breath, relax, get back into his groove.
Another breaking ball, 2-0, and he's very close to losing his control here. With the bases loaded, he does not want to send that runner home from third. There's a strike right down the heart of the plate. 2-1.
Good job of finding the zone there. Important pitch here. He needs to get back even with this count.
Collins pulling the bat back, not pulling the trigger, and it's 3-1. The base is loaded. There's nowhere to go. Oh, he lined that one foul. The first base coach had to jump out of the way there. Almost took his head off. Well, took his helmet off. That's for certain.
Yeah, that's one of the players, Mingeli, that's down there at first base helping out Coach.
And he walked him. He missed it off the outside half, and it's 6-0. Voss scores. Tromp goes to third.
And it looks like we'll have a mound visit here as Lafayette's coach will make a trip out to the mound. Kind of surprised that I haven't seen anybody heading down towards the Lafayette bullpen to get loose. But I think they trust in Dienhart and think that he can get them out of this.
Six to nothing. Netherlands with the bases loaded. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. I think the difference is in the fourth game versus some of these other games is the pitching. The question is, will Beek be as sharp because he's been sitting out quite a great deal. This has been a long inning for him.
Oh, definitely. You know, that's one of those things where it's good and bad if you're a pitcher. You get plenty of rest, so your arm should be fine. But with these cooler temperatures, does your arm tighten up? Hopefully they're keeping him loose in there.
Peter Nella, bouncing ball towards second. Plays over at first, and it was bobbled by Barrett. The throw is offline, and 2 runs will score. And now it is 8-0. And it's hard to tell whether the error is going to be on the second baseman. Here it is.
As you see here, he's got plenty of time, and he just throws it in the dirt.
So Trey Cochran is going to get an error, the second baseman. 8-0. Runners at the corners. There's a line drive into left field, and this one will fall for a base hit. It's 9-0. The runners will move up to second and third.
There's another run come in for the Netherlands. And now we'll have runners at second and third, still with 2 outs. Nice hit here, right into the gap.
Here's the catcher on a Sagasi up, and I tell you what, Netherlands has now broken this ball game open. That's Leonardo's number, so for 2, ground out and fly out.
Yeah, and Lafayette's in danger of the 10-run rule.
There's that breaking ball down low and outside here in the bottom of the 4th. That 10th run is standing over third base.
And Lafayette would still get their chance to bat, but now they're going to have to, there they get the out there. Good play there.
9-0 at the end of 4. Netherlands has broken this ball game open with just 6 hits. We'll be back. This is MTC Sports.
Strike 3 call. Tijuana, Mexico has won the 2016 Colt World Series.
We love to see you here at the Farmers Bank. However, we know there are times you need to bank on your schedule, wherever you may be. With the Farmers Bank mobile banking app, you can check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and now you can also securely deposit checks with your smartphone by simply taking a picture of the check. Download our mobile banking app today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life.
Wouldn't it be sweet to happily live a life that's filled with glee and sing about how joyful it can be? I'd like to hear that.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
Back at Loeb Stadium, IU Health, Indiana University Health, Arnett Orthopedics and Sports Medicine providers deliver high-quality, comprehensive care for soft tissues, bones, and joints. Our goal is to help you return to your normal activities as quickly and as pain-free as possible. Visit us online at iuhealth.org/Arnett or call 448-8000 to schedule an appointment. IU Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. Carson Barrett will be the guy leading off here in the 5th for Lafayette. They've got a lot of ground to catch up. They are down 9-0. And they are facing Luuk ter Beek, who's having an amazing performance here tonight. Here's a high pop-up towards the shortstop. Voss has it. There's 1 out.
Voss read that one right off the bat. As soon as it went up, he dropped step, went back to it, and immediately called everybody off. Good job there by Voss.
Owen Walbaum, the catcher, struck out swinging back in the 2nd.
Yeah, if we look down at the Netherlands, they've got, you've got Luuk ter Beek, who's doing an outstanding job on the mound, but down in the bullpen, they have their best pitcher, Scott Prenz, getting loose right now. His last outing, he went 4 innings, allowed no runs, no hits, with 6 strikeouts in their last win.
Pop foul out of play. 1-1. To have those two kind of pitchers, that's fantastic.
That is.
This is a really strong Netherlands ball club, and Beek is showing it. He is not allowed a hit in this ball game. Here's the pitch. There's a strike called.
And he is doing a fantastic job of finding that inside corner on the lefties. You know, to have two pitchers of this caliber, you know, it's not very common, because most teams, you know, you get one really good pitcher. We take a look down at Fagan down in the Lafayette bullpen getting loose. Keegan Fagan. And there you see the Netherlands. There's Scott Prens down there getting loose. But yeah, if you can get a quality start out of somebody like Luuk ter Beek and then turn it over to Scott Prens, you can be pretty tough to beat.
That pitch you just saw from Beek is the reason why he's so good, because he can pitch on the inside. There's a lot of kids that can't do that. He has been outstanding as he strikes out Walbaum again. There's 2 outs.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's a lot of kids that are just afraid to do that because they're afraid to hit somebody. And this kid on the mound today, he just shows extreme confidence with that pitch. It doesn't matter if you're a lefty or a righty. He's coming inside under your hands.
2 gone in the 5th. Jacob Kyle, the designated hitter, fouls this one off. He's hitless in 1. Here's the pitch by Beek. Nice sinking fastball. And when he's off, he usually keeps the ball low enough where it's very difficult to hit. He's had a great night.
Yeah, that's one thing. When he misses a pitch, he misses it in a good location just like that. Down in the dirt, down at the knees, where if somebody does swing at one of his missed pitches, the only thing they're going to do is ground it out to somebody or hit a really, really weak line drive.
2-1 pitch to Kyle. There's a strike called. Jacob Kyle wearing that Harrison Raider helmet. I think of Harrison Raiders. I think of Tom Dunwoody, the great Raider that played here in the Colt League World Series, helping the Lafayette team to a 92 championship. Here's the windup and the pitch. I think that the Hoosier North team. Hoosier North. A lot of outstanding baseball in this area as well. Not only great fans, but good baseball. 3-2. Kyle waits. Lafayette group still is hopeful. There's a good pitch, and look at this. The no-hitter is broken up as that one goes in the gap. Here comes Kyle around first. He'll stand up at second with a double, and Lafayette has their first hit of the ball game.
Nice hit there. Great piece of hitting as he drives that one. There you go. Take a look at it. Drives it into that right center field gap. All the way out towards the IU Health billboard. And standing up at second. Now let's see if Jacob Marin can do anything to add to this. We see the Netherlands coach coming out now for a little mound visit. Don't know if he'll make a move here or if he's just going to come out to talk to his pitcher for a second.
That's a good thing he's talking to me. He wants to say, I think, if he's ready to go. It's not a matter of taking him out of the ball game, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that was more of one of those, okay, listen, your no-hitter's gone, the pressure's off of you. Now go out there and just pitch like you have been the rest of the game. You don't have to worry about throwing a no-hitter anymore.
Jacob Marin wearing his Central Catholic helmet there at the plate. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. Throw down to third. They got him. Boy, Jacob Kyle was fooled. He took an early jump, and that retires a side, but they got a hit. Netherlands will be coming to back. There it is.
Take a look at it here. Got him as he tried to catch Netherlands sleeping, and they caught him.
And lastly, Uverse gives you a whole bunch of on-demand TV shows and movies. Let's get started.
Well, how many is a whole bunch? As many as Xfinity?
I swear you're gonna love it.
That didn't really answer my question.
Over 5,000 on demand.
Well, Xfinity On Demand gives us over 30,000.
We'll set it up for you.
Don't settle for Uverse. Get over 5 times more on-demand TV shows and movies on TV with Xfinity from Comcast.
Most of the time, commercials require a fancy voiceover to sell their product. But here at Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, we believe in letting these images speak for themselves. But I just can't help myself. Tantalizing. Delicious. I can almost taste it. Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, Sagamore Parkway, Lafayette.
9-0. The Netherlands. I'm Mike Walensky along with Mike Rosick. The Netherlands on top of Lafayette, but Lafayette broke up the no-hitter. Kyle got the double, but then he was thrown out to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. And leading off the fifth, the pinch hitter, number 30, Chirangelo Mengele. Chirangelo Mengele. That is the all-name all-star team. As you see, Fagan now in the ball game as the new pitcher for Lafayette. Keegan Fagan, number 44, the big righty. Here's the pitch by Fagan, and Mengele takes a strike. There it is. Spell that one.
Yeah.
Here's the breaking ball, and he missed it. 1-1.
I'm thinking you could enter some of these kids' names in the spelling bee contest and knock a lot of these kids out.
Here's the pitch to Mengele off the plate. 2-1. And Lafayette has to be careful about this 10-run situation. Mengele takes. That's a ball inside. 3-1. And I suspect he may be taking here.
Yeah. Unless it's in about thigh high, right over the middle of the plate, I wouldn't take that bat off my shoulder.
Yeah, he swung at it. He swung at it, and it was off the corner of the plate. 3-2.
That had the looks of a kid that hasn't had a whole lot of at-bats lately, and then he drives one into center field right there. Oh, and then the center fielder misplays it there.
So Mengele ends up at second, a single and an error.
There again, just the little things. As you see this, he reaches out, just slaps one into center field, and instead of getting in front of the ball, he lifts up too soon, and it goes right by him, allowing the runner to get into scoring position. That's the winning run right there. If Netherlands can get him to the plate, this game will be over.
Voss, the shortstop, number 11. That one's out of play, 0-1. Keegan Fagan working on the hill. He'll work from the stretch. Mingeli's at second base with the 10th run. This one's line foul. This one's out of play as well. Voss is swinging the bat, the shortstop. He's 1 out of 1. Officially walked, singled. Fagan's pitch. Grounded towards first. Barrett. Good job, Fagan covering. 1 out. Runner advances to third.
Good job by Fagan to be able to get over there in time, as Voss gets down the line pretty well there. Good step and nice flip right in stride.
Now the challenge is you go back to the top of the order.
We've got a pinch hitter here. This looks like number 18, Max Kops.
So Kops is the pinch hitter for the Netherlands. Max Kops, K-O-P-S, Max Kops. Time is called by Walbaum. He'll talk to Fagan. This is really key here for Lafayette to keep this runner home at third.
As you see, the outfielders are all pulled in. They have to be able to shoot home with anything hit to them. Anything over their heads is game over. If they played any deeper, then they would be able to tag from third and score easily with only 1 out. So playing them in to take away that and be able to shoot home.
2-0 to Kops. Runner at third is the winning run. Ground ball to second. Got to play at the plate. The throw, he didn't get him. And that is the ball game, 10-0. So the Netherlands has won this baseball game, and I don't think the crowd really understood there, Mike, that it was a 10-run rule.
Yeah,
but that's what it is. It's over, and they're really happy.
And I don't think Kops realized what he just did either, because he got bombarded. Check this out here. Little grounder. Good job by the second baseman coming home, but the throw was not in time. Good job by Mingeli to slide in and get his hand in there. Good victory by the Netherlands.
Solid pitching by Luuk ter Beek. Nearly had a no-hitter here, but it was broken up by the youngster Jacob Kyle, the designated hitter. Drove a double to right center. Let's take a break here. Netherlands 10, Lafayette nothing, a final. This is MTC Sports.
The only way to get better is to challenge yourself. And that's what we're doing at Xfinity. We are challenging ourselves to improve every aspect of your experience. And this includes our commitment to being on time, every time. That's why if we're ever late for an appointment, we'll credit your account $20. It's our promise to you. We're doing everything we can to give you the best experience possible. Because we should fit into your life, not the other way around.
Since 1980, Phoenix Lawn and Garden has been family owned and operated. For over 30 years, the Thomases have provided reliable, quality brand name products and services to their customers. Let's face it, you don't make it this far in this industry with anything less. Generation after generation. From the initial sale through the life of the purchase, Phoenix is there every step of the way. Thomas's Phoenix Lawn and Garden, where we make tall grass short.
Every business we work with at Haley's has different security needs. As a certified Medico Security Center, we provide the highest quality products with affordable solutions for your business. E-cylinders fit into your existing hardware and are controlled from your computer. Medico Smart Solutions provide options for different employee access levels. Patented key control, loss and liability protection. Surveillance cameras protect your employees and your business. Call today for your free business security assessment. Let the professionals at Haley's keep your business safe with locations in Lafayette and Crawfordsville.
Welcome back to Lafayette's Loeb Stadium, where Netherlands has knocked out Lafayette on that 10-run roll, 10-0. And tremendous pitching there by Luuk ter Beek. Mike Rosick, he was sensational. Gave up just one hit, that double to right center field. And he was the guy that carried Netherlands. They got off the board quickly with 4 runs in the first, and then it was all downhill for Lafayette.
Definitely. Luuk ter Beek was dominant on the mound today, throwing 5 innings, only giving up 1 hit, 4 strikeouts. He did hit a batter, but other than that, he was great. Right now we're going to go down to the field to Greg Mash for the interview with the player of the game and the head coach for the Netherlands. Greg, to you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Just trying to get everybody in place here. Yeah, we're ready to go. Hey, congratulations, guys. What a fantastic game. I hate to say it, you probably played the role of the villain tonight with the home folks here. Boy, you pitched a great game. Congratulations. Tell us about the game tonight.
We came here yesterday night, and we got the jet lag and we're tired. So actually, we were a little ill still, but we came here and we got adrenaline and we got fire and we want to win, and we did it. So that's great.
Yeah, you shut down a pretty talented Lafayette team. Tell us how you did it.
Well, I started with getting in front with a fastball and wait till they gonna hit it, and then get some variation in it, and it worked. So yeah, great.
Congratulations. We'll see you. Coach, you step in here too as well. Congratulations. Boy, did you anticipate something? I mean, this is pretty good. You couldn't start any better than this.
No, I mean, this is what you hope for. You know, I mean, when you throw, you know, the way Luuk threw, I mean, that's the best case scenario. And you know, Lafayette All-Stars, great team, but we played a great game. So that's game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure, I mean, you guys hit the ball really well tonight. Is that a strength for your team?
Yeah, I think we have a pretty good hitting team, and you know, we have some speed on the bases, and you know, we play solid defense. So I think we have all around we have a pretty good team.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Coach. Go enjoy the victory. You got more games to play. All right, we'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Greg Mash. Great job there, as always, and a great victory for the Netherlands. When you think about the Netherlands, the Hoosiers, any Hoosier thinks of Rick Smits, the former 7'4" Indiana Pacer from the Netherlands, but this Netherlands team can really play baseball, and Luuk ter Beek was sensational.
Yeah, this was an all-around really good game for the Netherlands. They played great on defense. They hit the ball really well, very aggressive. I think they had 4 stolen bases tonight, and you know, they did all the little things right. Took advantage of Lafayette's mistakes whenever they made them. Good job to the Lafayette kids. You hope that they get their squad turned around for their next game, and then good luck to the Netherlands players. They'll play again on the 6th at 6:30. They'll play the winner of the Mexico and Korea game.
Well, it sets up to be a great tournament here at the Colt World Series. We certainly appreciate all the support from the Pony organizational people. They did a great job of supplying us with information, the hospitality from the Colt World Series group here in Lafayette. And the MTC sports crew was just outstanding today in all 4 games. And so for Mike Rosick, I'm Mike Walensky. Thanks for watching us. Once again, our final here from Loeb Stadium, the Netherlands 10, Lafayette nothing. This has been an MTC Sports production.